you are going to study the voltage current characterization of a Zener diode. Okay, so we'll try to plot VI. This is similar to what you did in the previous one. Okay, so in the previous one, actually what you did is you all again uh, did the V and I relation. Okay, so you try to vary I and then try to find the corresponding voltage. So this is your VI characterization or VI relations. Okay, so uh, the same thing we are going to do here, but only thing is in this case we converted our V and I into log, your R and P and then log R and log P to get the your log R and log P because we wanted to solve this equation which is your Stephen's law. Log P is equal to log sigma plus alpha log R. Okay, so if you wanted to do that, then what we actually did is we got V and I but converted into P and log P. Okay, so in case of a Zener diode, what we will do, we will study the directly the characterization of V and I. Okay, that means we don't have to convert it. We'll just try to get this. And then what is the aim here is to follow the V and I changes for a Zener diode. And then we need to calculate the forward resistance and reverse forward and reverse bias resistance. Okay. So what is resistance is again V by I, R equal to V by I. So in that case, V by I is you already have some data for V and I, and if you take the uh, okay, so sorry for that. Okay, so we will study the V and I. So as you can see here, R is nothing but the resistance is V by I. Okay, so if I come back to your previous experiment, okay, so just so even in case of your Stephen's law, like what we took is we took the data for V and I. So instead of putting the V and I here, so sorry, log R and log P. So if I try to plot your so instead of plotting log R and log P, if I plot V and I, okay, so I'll put V in this case and I'll put the I in this case. And if I make this kind of diagram, okay, or like a straight line, then this is your I and then this is your V. Okay, so if you take the slope will be I by V. Okay, so M is equal to I by V. And if I take 1 by slope, that is nothing but your resistance. Okay, so this is your V by I. Okay, so this is the same thing, similar thing. So you have to just take a different V and I's, and then you have to try to get the V and I characteristic. Okay, so this is what you are going to do. But here, as it is said, you have to do for two bias. One is your forward bias, and the other one is for reverse bias. Okay, so in the previous one, we didn't add any different bias, but here we have to do for reverse and also for forward bias. Okay, so nothing happened. Okay, uh, so just 1 minute. So you have to do both your forward and reverse bias. Okay, so uh, this you will try to see. Okay, what is forward and what is reverse bias, and also you have to find the Zener voltage and the V voltage. Okay, so what is the principle? Again, this Zener diode, it is mostly it is useful when it is working in reverse bias. Okay, so they say what's on the principle of reverse bias, but actually, if I want to use the Zener diode as a voltage regulator, that is the use of your Zener diode, then I have to use it in reverse bias. It doesn't mean that it will not work in forward bias. It will work in both forward and reverse bias. Okay, so that is the main thing. But only when it is working in reverse bias, it can be used as voltage regulator. So that we will see. Okay. So what is the objective? So PN region of Zener diode are heavily doped. So I explained this again yesterday. So if you take a Zener diode, it is heavily doped PN junction. Okay, in simple words. And then this leads to sharp breakdown when you are operating in forward bias. Okay, so this property of Zener diode regulates the voltage in the circuit. Okay, so when you are using it in reverse bias, then what happens? So this Zener diode can be used as a voltage regulator. Okay, and where you find use of this? Okay, so you can use this for cutoff voltage. If you want to do some kind of application, then you can go through it. Okay, so then this is your circuit diagram. So what I will do, I will better write it in this. Okay, so for your Zener diode, so if you take your Zener diode, so Zener diode is a heavily doped PN junction. Okay, heavily doped PN diode or PN junction. Okay, so that is what we call as a Zener diode. So that means if you take your regular PN junction and the Zener diode, only thing is the doping level will be very high in your Zener diode compared to the your regular PN junction. Okay. So now as we saw something as forward bias. So for forward, so what is the thing? So you have P and N region. So P should be connected to positive of the battery. Okay, and then your N should be connected to negative of the battery. Okay, so N region should be connected to negative of the battery. Then that is your forward bias. So when it comes to reverse bias, so in case of reverse bias, what happens? It is reverse. Okay, so that means so you have to, if I take the reverse bias, then in this case, what happens? Your P junction is connected to negative of the battery, and your N is connected to positive of the battery. Okay. So this is what happens in case of your your reverse bias. Okay. So this is the main difference. Other than that, it will be same. Okay. So most of the case you would have done the forward bias. So if you take your PN junction, so as I explained in the previous class, so if I just write like this, then this is your PN junction, and if I put something like this, then it is a Zener diode. Okay. So now what happens is, if I want to make it as a forward bias, then what I will do is, so just let me write it again. So as I told you, don't have to mug up everything. So don't try to mug up because it will be difficult for you to in the exam. Okay, so it's not very serious thing. It is not very complex. So if I want to have forward bias, so this is your Zener diode. So this is your P region and N region. Okay. So in principle, what you are supposed to do, you have to connect these two, P to the positive of the battery and N to the negative of the battery. Okay, so then it becomes a your forward bias. So as I want to know the current in the IV, because I need to do IV characteristics, so I need to put an ammeter in series. Okay, so you can see here again this positive is connected, sorry, negative is connected to negative, positive is connected to the positive. Okay, and then you can see here, if you take this is the negative terminal, this is the positive terminal. Positive is connected to positive, negative is connected to negative, or P is connected to positive, N is connected to negative. Then it is a forward bias. So along with that, we are going to put some resistance here, resistance because again to protect the Zener diode. And you want to take the voltage. So voltage is always across your across the object. So in this case, our interest is your Zener diode. Okay, so you have to put across the Zener diode. So you can see in most of the circuit, it will be almost similar. Okay, so even in case of this, so we saw like the voltage is across the bulb and ammeter is in the series. So in the same way we have it here. Okay, so in this case also we have ammeter in the series, but here we are going to use milliammeter, and then this will be in parallel. Okay, so parallel to your Zener diode. Zener diode is our interest. Resistance is just to protect the Zener diode. So we don't worry about the voltage drop or voltage plus the your Zener, your resistance. So this is your actually your circuit. So I will call this as 1 and then I'll call this as 2. Okay. So normally this is just for your reference. You don't have to worry, but this is just for reference. Okay. So this is the forward bias. So now when I want to do the same thing for reverse bias, so what I have to do? I have to reverse this. Okay. So reverse this. So normally this is actually on a board. So I will show you in a minute. So in that case, what happens is I have to just reverse the entire board. Okay, so I'll just take this. I'll write it like that. Okay, so this is your Zener diode. Okay, so then you have your resistance box. So only you're going to change the uh, polarity of your Zener diode. Okay, so this is your N region, this is the P region, or negative and positive. Okay, so then you need to have a battery, and then there is ammeter. Same thing. Okay, so resistance will be same, and then you need to measure the voltage. So voltage will be only across the your Zener. Okay, so this is again for this you have to use the polarity of your battery. Okay, so positive of the battery should come to positive of the voltmeter, negative should come to negative. Okay, so same thing for your milliammeter. Negative should be connected to negative, positive should be connected to positive. Okay, so that is how you have to take care of the voltmeter and ammeter. Okay, and then you can see now if you see in this case what happens is uh, your positive of the battery is connected to negative of the Zener diode or N type. So then it becomes a reverse bias. And P type or positive of the Zener diode is connected to negative of the battery. Okay. So this is your reverse bias and this is the forward bias. So then what you are supposed to do is you have to just take some measurements of different V and I. Okay. So that is what you are going to do. So I will write here a little bit. So I think I'll use the same color. Then it will be easy for you. Okay, so we will have forward and we will have the same thing for reverse bias. Okay, so reverse bias. So what are the things you are supposed to do? You have to just take I and B. So we will do the same thing as we did in the previous one. Okay, so you can see here this is the circuit diagram. So I think we have already taken care of that. And then when it comes to your tabular column, this is what you do. Okay, V and I. Okay, so you will take V and I. So you have V here and you have I here. Okay, in the same way, we have V here and I have I here. Okay, so we will take different values for both these. Okay, so reverse bias and forward bias. Okay, so now I will show you the actual instrument. So and then we will come to the next one. Okay, so just start it again. Okay. So this is what we have. So normally you have your you have your this is the board. Okay. So as I was telling, it is written as 1 and 2. So yeah, I think okay. So 1 and 2. So I wrote it with just for your reference. So you can see the first part is the resistance. So this is the resistance and this is your Zener diode. Okay. So in case of Zener diode, you can see if you, I don't know whether you can make it out. So you can see there is a band here. Okay, so there is something like it is pink in color or orange in color. But if you see carefully, there is going to be a band on one of your end. Okay, so I think it's better like this came out. Okay. So okay, you can see here there is a band. So this band is used to recognize the your negative terminal of the battery of your Zener diode. Okay, so if you have a band on the on one end, so this means this is the negative of your Zener diode, and the other one without band is the positive of the Zener diode. So this is how you identify the terminals of a Zener diode. Okay, so this is already written in your manual. So if you go back, you can see here if there is a black band, that means it is a cathode or the negative terminal. And if there is no band, that means it is the anode or the positive or the P type. Okay, so this is the P type, and if the band side is your N type. So now, if you go back to your um, circuit diagram, so this is 1 and 2. Okay, so to see here, so that is why it is written as 1 and 2. 1 means it is the place where you have your resistance, and then the 2 is after your Zener diode. Okay, so this is about your Zener diode board. Okay, so then we will do the circuit diagram. So before that, uh, do I need to explain what happens in case of forward bias and what happens in case of reverse bias, or is it fine? Because I think I explained it in when I was talking about tunnel diode. So what I will do, I'll just tell very simple in simple words. Okay. So in case of uh, so when you are having a forward bias, so what happens in that case? So if you take your PN junction, so P without bias, what happens? You have P and N region. So holes are there in the randomly distributed in the P region. Electrons are randomly distributed in the N region. Okay. So then when you apply some small current, then what happens? You start to have what we call as the uh, barrier potential or depletion region. Okay. So in this case, what happens? All positive and negative ions will start accumulating in the center of the diode, or where you have the contact of P and N junction. So after this, what happens? If you further increase the voltage applied potential, then what happens? Your electrons will start moving uh, so your electrons will be moving, and then this will be continuous movement. Okay, so and then in the reverse order you have the current. Okay, so from P to N, the electrons are going to move, and then current is moving from in the reverse direction. Okay, so this is what happens when you go to the higher voltage. So when it comes to the breakdown in the sense, so breakdown in the sense when you start seeing the current, okay? When you start seeing the current, that means when your electrons are uh, breaking this potential, and when they are going through the barrier, that is what we call as breakdown, okay? Zener breakdown, or your forward voltage, okay? So Zener breakdown is normally in reverse bias, but breakdown refers to when the electron are passing through the barrier. That means they are breaking this potential barrier. Okay. So if I call this is your potential barrier, then the minimum voltage that is required for breaking this is called as a breakdown. Okay. So breakdown voltage or Zener breakdown. In the forward, you have forward breakdown, and in the reverse, we call it as a Zener breakdown. Okay. So because this is mostly used for in reverse bias, so this is the use of your breakdown. Okay. So that is the meaning of breakdown. So that you need to know what is the meaning of breakdown. Breakdown means you are actually breaking the barrier potential, and then the electrons are start moving in the circuit. Okay. If the electron is moving in the circuit, that means you will see the current in the voltmeter, sorry, in your ammeter. Okay. Until this breakdown is not achieved, there is no current in the circuit. Okay. So now I will show you this experiment. Okay. So uh, I think it's clear now. So I will take this is your board. Okay. So when you take the board, so you have one and two. One is your one is your first terminal, and this is the second terminal. So I will use the same thing for your from your circuit diagram. Okay, so then we will try to do the circuit diagram. So after that we will take the readings. Okay, so we will try to take the readings. So I hope you can see this, right? So you can see the forward bias uh, circuit, or if you want, I can take this also. So I will try to keep this only the forward bias circuit. Okay, so we are not worried about reverse bias. So this is same as what I wrote, but the only thing is I think it's better here. Okay, so I think keep it like that. Remove it. Okay. So then we will try to do this circuit. Okay, so in this one. Okay, so for this, what you need is here you are going to use here we are going to use a digital ammeter. In the previous one, we used a analog ammeter, but in this case, you can see here, this is a digital ammeter. So what is the use of digital ammeter? That you have to tell me, okay, later. So this is your digital ammeter. So this can measure from 0 to 200 milliamps, okay. So that is the range that it can sense. If it is more than 200 milliamps, it cannot measure, okay. So that is your digital ammeter, and then you have your power supply, and then we have the board. Okay, so in this board, uh, this is your starting point, and then what we have this tubing. Okay, so I will just write it, keep it as that is in your circuit diagram. Okay, so you have this 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is this one. Okay, so I think better now. Okay. So 1 and 2 is actually in this region. Okay. And then you have your ammeter and then the power supply. So we will try to do the connection. So as we already know, your multimeter is your voltmeter, and this will be the last connection. Okay. Right now we don't worry about this. So we will just do the first connection, which is your forward bias. So for forward bias, you can see here from positive of the battery. So this is the positive of your battery. So from positive of the battery, where it is going? It is going to 0.1. Okay, so 1, which is this one. Okay, and then I still reverse it like that. Then it will be easy. Okay, so this is 1. And then what you do from the other end, which is your 2, from 2 it is going to positive of your ammeter. Okay, so you have to do that connection. So this is your 2, 2 to positive. Positive means it is your red. So it is going to red. Okay. And then from the negative of your ammeter. So from negative of your ammeter, that is your black one, where it is going to the negative of your battery. Okay, so you can see this is negative to negative. So negative means it is black. Don't give to the your green. Okay, green is your uh, earthing. Okay, so you should not give here. So now you can see this is circuit is done. I think there is some problem in this. Okay, so let us see why it is moving like that. Okay, so you can see this is the circuit. Okay, so from positive to 1, and then 2 to positive parameter, and then negative of the ammeter to negative of the battery. And then you will have your voltmeter. So voltmeter is your by using your multimeter. So I'm keeping this multimeter in 20 ohms, and then what I will do, I will keep it across the your Zener diode. Okay, so your positive is coming to the left, so it has to go to left, and then negative will be in the right? Okay, so this is your connection. Okay, so this would be the connection for your Zener diode. Okay, so now before you switch on, what is the condition? Your this is voltage is in minimum, current is in maximum. Then you can switch on. Okay, you can switch on the battery. Okay, so now I think this is not working properly. So just yeah, I think I will change this. So just give me 2 minutes. Okay, so within 2 minutes I'll come back. What you do is we have to uh, we are going to use this as your digital ammeter. So this is again same thing. So I have done the same connections. Okay. Now what we do is first thing is breakdown voltage. Breakdown means when you start seeing the current in your circuit. Okay. So for that what you do is you have to set your ammeter as 0.1. So right now it is 0. So you keep increasing the voltage till you get zero point 0.1 on your IF. Okay. So you can use your find button and then you keep on increasing till you find zero point 0.1 on this. Okay. So right now you can see it has gone to 0 0.2, 0 0.3. So I come back, I'll reduce it and I will and what I will do, I will get to 0 0.1. Okay, when it is 0 0.1, you note down the voltage. Okay, what is the voltage here? Okay, so this is 0 0.1, and then what is the corresponding voltage? Voltage uh, in your voltmeter. Okay, so multimeter. So it is around 0.69. So this will be your first VK. VK is nothing but knee voltage. Okay, so knee voltage is the breakdown voltage in the forward wire. Okay, so if I come back here, so I will write here in this case your okay. So in this case, I will write my VK. VK is your new voltage is 0.69. Okay. So when do you get it? When your current is 0.1. Okay. When your I is 1.1 milliamps. So this is everything is milliamps. Then that is your forward breakdown. Okay. So if you take this, this is knee voltage. Forward breakdown is knee voltage, and reverse breakdown is known as Zener output. Okay, so these are the two different things. Okay, so uh, so now you have the knee voltage. Next, what you should do is I will consider this as 0.7. So and then I need to add zero point 0.2. Okay, so zero point 0.7 means next it will be 0.72, 0.74, and then 0.76, 0.78, 0.8, and so on. Okay, so you can take all these readings. So then that would give the forward characteristics. Okay, characteristics means you have V and I relation in the forward bias. So this we will do it here. So what I will do now, initially I set the 0.1 on the your ammeter and I wrote down the voltage. But now I will change the voltage. So what I will do, this I will set it to 0.72. Okay, so you can see already this is 0.72. Okay, so this is 0.72. Then I note down the corresponding current. Current is around 0.4, right? So I write this as 0.4. Okay, for 0.7. Then I will set the 0.74. So again I will say change this to 0.74, this value. Okay. Okay. So 0.74, and then the corresponding current, which is 0.9. Okay. 0.9. Till when you are going to do this is you till you take some till you get some high values like 20, 30 on this current. Okay. So I will just send these values later. Okay. I'll just show you how to do that. So then I'll set to 0.6, 0.76, and then now how much I get for 0.76 on your voltmeter, I'm getting almost 1.8. Okay, so this I'm going to write it here. 1.8, okay, and then in the same way I will change it to 0.78 and so on. Okay, so you can keep increasing in the steps of 0.2 and till once you get like 15 or 20 here in this case, you can stop it. Okay, so I will send these values later. Okay, for forward and bias, forward and reverse. Okay, so this is how you do for forward. Okay, so you keep on increasing 0.02 and take down the corresponding current value. Okay, at certain point, maybe like 0.84 or 86, you will get this kind of 20.9. Okay, so this I will send you later. So now what we do is I will do the same thing for reverse bias. Okay, I'll just show you how to do the same thing for reverse bias. So for this, you bring down the voltage to 0. Okay, current will be still in the maximum. Switch off your power supply, and what you're supposed to do is you have to just reverse this. Okay, uh, so you can see here 1 and 2. So now what I will do is I will reverse this complete port. Okay, so I'll take it to 2 and 1. Okay, so 1 and 2 became 2 and 1, and now I'm going to connect it again back here. Okay, so the same terminals. So now if you see your connections, so you have from positive terminal. So let me just open your, okay, so this one. So we are going to do the reverse bias, which is this one. Okay, so we have to do the reverse bias. So for that, what we do is we can see here. So from positive, it should go to negative of the Z net. Okay, so from positive, it is coming to this end. So this end is nothing but you can see here already. So you have the band on that side, right? So once you have the band on that side, that is the negative of the Z net. So it is coming to from positive of the battery, it is coming to negative of the Z net, right? Okay. So from positive it is coming to negative of the Z diode. So from the other end, like you have your resistor in between. So this is the resistor in between, and then from other end, which is your one, it is going to positive of your ammeter. You can see already it is coming to positive diameter. Okay, and then from negative of the ammeter, it is going to negative of the battery. So this negative of the ammeter, and then it is going to be negative of the battery. Okay. So this is your reverse bias. So reverse means positive of the battery is coming to negative of the xenon diode. Okay. So that is the main thing. And then positive of the xenon diode is connected to negative of the battery. Okay. So this is your what we call as your reverse bias. Okay. Okay. So now the same thing, what you do is you again connect your voltmeter. So voltmeter when you connect, so as you can see, the battery positive is coming to this side. So I am connecting the positive of your voltmeter here, and the other end is going to the negative of the voltmeter. Okay. So and then I'm going to keep it here for you. Okay. So I think. So now you can switch on your power supply, and again you repeat the same thing. Okay, so for what you're going to repeat, you will again get the point 1 on the your current. So this first step is you have to always set this to point 1. Okay, so as we are working on reverse bias, so you have to get you will get it at very high voltage. Okay, so what I will do is I will set something like 8 volts, close to 8 volts, and then using your course button. Okay, so as you know already, so there are two buttons. One is course button, other one is fine button. Okay, so you set your voltage close to 8 using the course button. Okay, so I will use the course button. Now what I will do, I will use start turning the fine button till I see something like 0.1 on this. Okay, so I have to see 0.1. So it is 0.4, 0.5. I'm going to reduce it, and then 0.1, you get it. Okay, so you get this 0.1 as you can see around 8.8 or 8.9. Okay, so 8.86, 8.9. So there is some connection problem. So I think it's okay. So it is fluctuating because it's not a good power supply. Okay, so 0.1 you get it at 8.8. Okay, 8.87. So this is a Zener breakdown. Okay, so I will go back here and I can write here as, so this is your VK. VK is for your forward bias. So when it comes to your reverse bias, so you get zero point 0.1 at 8.86 volts. Okay, so this is your milliamp again. So this is your Zener breakdown, VZ. Okay, VZ means Zener breakdown. So then what you do, you keep here you increase it zero point 0.2. Okay, from here to here it is 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Here it you have to add it as 0.05. Okay, so next what I will do is I can do it 8.9. Okay, I will consider this already as 8.9. Okay, then what I will do is I'll take it as 8.95. Okay, so 8.95 and then 9.0, 9.05 and then 9.1 and so on. Okay, you can keep on doing. So let us set this to 8.95. So on this, so on this one, you have to set it to 8.95. So once you get 8.95, so I think that's too much. Okay, 8.95. You write down the old your current. Okay, old current is 1.2. Okay, so here I'm again to 8.95. Okay, so then 9.05, 8.95 and then so on. Okay, so and then you can take the corresponding values here. Okay, so you can keep on writing till you get something like so let us assume this is 2.5 and then you get 3.4, something like that. Okay, you keep on adding rating this until you have the highest value. Okay, so is it clear? Just a minute. Okay, so is it fine? So this is how you do it. Okay, so first, only first value you have to take the